Hi. So today was air pressure day. All we talked about today was air pressure and how air pressure actually determines our weather. So let's take a look at our objective. Today is Thursday, January 10th. We're in our weather and climate unit that we started on Monday. Our objectives of the day were I can read and interpret isobar lines on weather maps. I can predict weather based on barometric pressure, and I can identify and describe the direction of local winds like land breezes, sea breezes, and the jet stream. We started off class with a warm-up on quizzes about the weather tools, and then we did some notes on air pressure, and then did an air pressure pattern investigation. We ended up class with a Google Classroom exit ticket on air pressure. For homework, you want to remember to study your notes. You want to go back through your air pressure notes and your weather tools notes and review those so that you can start to commit them to memory. You also want to finish up your investigation on air pressure if you didn't get a chance to finish that in class. And on Google Classroom, you'll find a helpful vocabulary Quizlet that you can use to start quizzing yourself on vocabulary in preparation for our quiz next week. Remember that ISO, the root word ISO, means equal. Also, you probably know that a thermometer measures temperature. A barometer measures air pressure. So if you know those three things, then you know the meaning of isotherm and isobar. An isotherm is a line of equal temperature. We did that on Monday or Tuesday. An isobar is a line on a weather map that shows equal pressure. That's what we did in class today. So they're similar, but you have to make sure that you're looking at the word. And if you see therm, think thermometer. Oh, that's about temperature. If you see bar, think baro or barometer. That has to do with air pressure. And then you have to remember that the iso part, that means the same or equal. Today in class, we talked about local winds. So we were talking about the fact that land heats up very quickly and cools down very quickly. But water is the opposite. It takes a long time to heat up, but once it is, it also holds that heat for a long time. So it takes a long time to heat up, but it also takes a long time to cool down. Because of that, when you're in a coastal area, you have breezes that go in different directions on a daily basis because of convection cells. So you have a sea breeze when it's sunny out, and then you have a land breeze at nighttime when the moon is out. So that's something you want to review from your notes. Here's another thing I noticed in warm-up that students were having a hard time with. All these are pictures of anemometers. Anemometers. Anemometers are tools that measure wind speed. So you can see you have these little cups here, and the cups are caught by the wind, and the winds will make them start to swirl around, and that gives us the actual wind speed. Now, some students were getting that confused with a wind vane. A wind vane looks different. It usually has an arrow on it. It often has a rooster on the top of it, and then it also has north, south, east, west on it. So the wind vane is giving you the wind direction, and the anemometer is giving you the wind speed. Another thing we really talked a lot about today was how air pressure can actually be used to predict what the weather would be like in general. So we used these two sayings. High pressure equals happy weather. So happy weather being like blue skies, no clouds, sunshiny weather, whereas low pressure is lousy weather. Clouds, storms, rain, things like that. So remember, high pressure is the happy weather, low pressure is the lousy weather. Why is low pressure lousy weather? Because low pressure is when you have the warm rising air that can create the clouds. In the high pressure areas, you have the cold sinking air. If you have air that's sinking, you're not going to have any cloud formation at all, so you're going to have days with really pristine blue skies. One last thing, let's look at the air pressure exit ticket. The first question says, the chart shows the relationship between altitude and air pressure. What's the approximate air pressure at an altitude of 22 kilometers? In this question, you had to come all the way up here to the 22, carry it over to where the line was, and then you go straight down. And you see that that is going to be somewhere between 0 and 100 millibars. The only possible answer for this was 40 millibars. The second question says, what do isobars on weather maps show? All right, you already know. Iso means equal. Bar sounds like barometer. So a barometer measures air pressure. An isobar on a weather map is going to be showing you points of equal air pressure. The third question says, Earth's surface winds generally blow from regions of higher what? We know now that wind blows from areas of high air pressure to areas of low air pressure. The fourth question says, the weather map below shows a low pressure system over the central United States. Isobars are labeled in millibars. Points A, B, C, and D represent locations on Earth's surface. The air pressure at the center of the low is what? So the center of the low is going to be where this big L is, and you can see that this isobar map is in intervals of 4. Out here in Texas, it says 1004, then it's going into 1000, and then at the low, it circles up at 996. The next lowest isobar line would be 992, but there isn't a 992 in the middle of the low. So the lowest possible number in the center of this low would be 993. Now that's not an answer choice. All right, let's look at the answer choices. Well, you can rule out 991 because that's too low. 997, that sounds close, but if it was 997, it would be outside of this line. It would be over here in this region. So the only possible answer is 994. Finally, the fifth question says, which of the following weather conditions would most likely be associated with a low pressure system? Low pressure equals lousy weather. That's going to be your clouds, your rain, your storms. Choice A, sinking dense air with rising temperatures? No. Cold air sinks, no clouds are forming. That's going to be high pressure. Choice B, a cold day with clear skies? No. High pressure means happy weather. That's when you're going to have the clear skies, but this question is asking you about low pressure. Choice C, a warm, sunny day? No. Low pressure is clouds and rain. The last choice is a rainy day. Yes, low pressure days are rainy, cloudy days. That's the correct choice. All right, that's it for today, everybody. You all are doing great work. Make sure that you're studying, use the Quizlet, rewrite your notes, study your notes, do what you need to do so that you're ready for a quiz next week on weather tools, isotherms, isobars, air pressure, and then next class we're going to be doing air masses and fronts. All right, I'll see you later.